Dear Cotty families, this is Principal Miller with a quick update on in-person learning for Powell Butte Elementary. Please fill out one Powell Butte Return to In-Person Learning survey for each of your Powell Butte students to let us know your preference of having your student remain in comprehensive distance learning or having them start in-person learning in a hybrid model. The link to the survey is in this message. We will also be having translators and/or our family liaisons reaching out to each of our families who may want to have language support filling out this survey. Or you can call our Powell Butte office or our ELD staff, and they'll also make arrangements for language support. As all of you know, last Friday, Governor Brown ordered that all Oregon schools reopen with a hybrid or full in-person instruction. She mandated that all elementary schools must open on or before the week of March 29th, and secondary schools must open on the week of April 19th. Last night, the Centennial School Board ratified a change to the elementary school calendar designating that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, March 29th through 31st after spring break will be no school teacher and service days, so staff can get ready to start hybrid in-person learning on Thursday, April 1st for Cohort B students and Monday, April 5th for Cohort A students. As a parent, you have a choice to have your students remain in comprehensive distance learning or having them start in-person learning in a hybrid model. We are in the process of finalizing plans that will allow for the safe return of students to our school. Students and staff safety is our focus, and as such, school will look very different from what it was in place last spring. In order to ensure that we have the correct staffing, families will need to choose between two options for your students. Some families have multiple students and may choose different learning options for each of your students. That is why we need you to fill out one Powell Butte Return to In-Person Learning survey for each of your Powell Butte students to let us know the preference of having your students remain in comprehensive distance learning or having them in-person learning in a hybrid model so we can plan accordingly. You can choose between one of two learning options for your student. Option 1, comprehensive distance learning. Students can choose this learning model to continue their learning through online-only instruction for the remainder of this school year. Option 2 is a hybrid model. Students who choose this option will attend school 2 days in a row in a week in the morning at Powell Butte for face-to-face instruction and participate in online instruction at home for the remainder of the week. Please remember that face-to-face instruction will be approximately 2.5 hours on assigned days with their class in their assigned cohorts in the morning. Kindergarten students also must be accompanied to and from the bus or to and from the building to ensure their safety. Students will be assigned by address and siblings to specific learning cohorts, A or B, at each grade level, ideally with their current classroom teachers. Dr. Coakley shared our hybrid student schedule in his weekly update, so make sure to read that. As Dr. Coakley shared, if a student is assigned to Cohort A, they will be receiving in-person learning on Monday and Tuesday in the morning. If a student is assigned to Cohort B, they'll receive in-person learning on Thursday and Friday in the morning. On days where Cohort A and B and students who choose to stay in comprehensive distance learning are not receiving live instruction in the morning, they will be working on asynchronous and applied learning and are receiving specials or working on other online instruction or assignments. Then in the afternoon, students that did not receive live instruction on that day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, will have an assigned live online time where they will be receiving their core instruction while the students who did have live instruction that day will be working on asynchronous and applied learning or receiving specials or other work and assignments. Wednesday will look very similar to what it looks right now. I know that this might be confusing, but once you have selected hybrid or continued comprehensive learning for your student, you'll be receiving individualized schedules for each of your students, and we will be sharing more details on times and schedules in the next week. It should also be noted that if you select in-person hybrid learning for your student, Requests for your student to be placed in a particular cohort, A or B, or with friends cannot be accommodated. Students will be assigned by address and siblings to specific learning cohorts A and B. Students will be required to wear masks and maintain physical distancing from others while at school, and follow other guidelines that we will be teaching them. Also note that while we will attempt to keep your student with your current teacher, it is possible their class teacher may change regardless of the learning model you choose. Again, we are working to determine specific timeframes for in-person instruction, which will be communicated in the near future. So make sure to read the weekly update for the latest information. We know that with childcare and other considerations, these are hard choices for families. As you know, I have my own student in this school, and I am making the exact same choice. We will give ourselves and others grace to navigate this ever-changing landscape. And if there are any changes, we will revise our plan and inform you of those changes. Again, please fill out a Powell Butte return to in-person learning survey for each of our Powell Butte students to let us know your preference of having them remain in comprehensive distance learning or having them start in-person learning. We will continue to focus our efforts on safety, effective instruction, support, equity, and access for all of our students and families. Together, we will create the best possible learning environment for the remainder of this school year because we strive to be a caring community with integrity, equity, empathy, and respect. And remember, we always show our Kadi pride at Powell Butte Elementary.